Hello guys, Andy here, and I'm here to bring you all things Monday to makeup related. If that is your vibe, I'd love it if you would subscribe to be part of my little slice of the internet. And in today's video, it's Bingoofshame Day, and we are duping the Colourpop So Jaded palette. So if you want to see how I created the look on my eyes using these four palettes to dupe the So Jaded palette, then let's go ahead and just get right on into it. Alright, hello guys, it is Bingoofshame Day. So very excited. So we are duping, well, I guess I should tell you about the project, but that's why we have no makeup on the eyes. Everything that's on my face will be listed in the description box in case you care. If you're new here and don't know what Bingoofshame is, it was created by myself and DW at Dub's Beauty Diary. She'll be listed in the description box. And this is round 2. This is community driven. Everyone from round 1 got to pick palettes in their own collections from their pile of shame to put in our palettes. And DW and I, if we don't have the palette in our collection, which so far I've had one, and that's because I bought it, we have to dupe them. But if you have the palette and would like to join, we post on the 16th of the month, and you can use 5 to 8 shades, depending on your comfort. You can use more, you can use less. It's just a guideline. But it's just a palette bingo. And if you don't have the palette, you can also dupe the vibes in your collection, whether that be with other palettes, your single shadows, what have you. Just make sure you use the hashtag Bingoofshame, whether you're posting here or over on Instagram. And if you're not part of our Instagram little group chat, let me know in the comments, or let DW know in her video in the comments, and we can get you added, because it is a hootenanny over there. Yeah. At the end of this video, I will tell you what the October palette will be, which is so exciting because October is my birthday month. And October is going to be a special round because it's also going to be hosted in collaboration with Caitlin House for the Throwback Thursday. So it's going to be a whole big collab. So it's going to be very, very, very exciting. So this month's palette was suggested by Dominique Nunes. I will also have her listed down below. And it's the Colourpop So Jaded palette, which I don't have, but I think it's very pretty. But it's just before my time of Colourpop. And I've never been a follower of Kathleen Lights, even though she seems nice. But she's before my time of beauty YouTube, really. So I randomized six shades. I can throw those up on the screen for you now. And I'm going to be pulling from 4 palettes to get those 6 shades, which I have that in front of me. I will be priming with my Julep Shadow Stick in Desert Matte on my eyeballs. So, yeah. We will swatch the shades first, and then we're just going to get into an eye look. I don't even know what I'm going to be doing yet. The first shade I got was Tiger's Eye, and that is like sort of burgundy, kind of reddish brown is what it looks like to me. I'm going to have the palette, obviously for you guys, is on the screen. So I'm pulling from my mini Zendo palette, and I'm going to use this first shade here, which I believe, yeah, this is Stark. So that's the shade I'm going to use. And when you're duping your palettes, really how close you get, like, I have OCD, so I try to get as close as humanly possible that my eyeballs can see. We have a certified swatcher in our group, Sandra, and so she's really helpful. But that looked really close to me, so that is the shade I'll be using. Shade number 2, I got number 23, which is Alexandrite, which this one gave me the absolute most trouble. So this one is not going to be as spot on, but it's a purpley blue, So I'm going to be pulling in, this is the Cosmic Beauty Serenity palette, and I'm using this shade right here, which is the shade Twilight. Now, this, and the shade, I believe, is a satin. I believe I got the formula correct. But to me, this is a little more on the blue side than the purple. Like, it's close. But I just don't think it's as close as I wanted it to be. But it's as close as I'm going to be able to get. So, that is the shade Twilight. That's what I'm getting for Alexandrite. That's as close as humanly possible. Trust me, I dug through a bunch of palettes. Then I got shade number 22, which is Jade. Which I tried to look for a shade called Jade in my palettes because I assumed if it's called Jade, it would be Jade, but couldn't really find anything. So I'm pulling from the Mini Gloom, and I'm going to use this guy because it looked spot on to me. Because at first I was like, well, that looks more sage, but in the swatch, it looks similar because it just does. So that's the shade we're going with. Plus, I haven't used this yet. I'm so mad, by the way. I dropped, here, let me see if you can see it better this way. I dropped this palette off my desk, and it cracked the lid. I don't think you're going to be able to see it. Oh, there you go. Cracked the lid. It doesn't go all the way through. I can't feel it on the inside, so hopefully it won't do anything to the shadows, but I'm so mad about that. So I guess I should say it scratched the lid, because I can't feel it through the inside, but anywho's. Then I got shade number 5, which is Fluorite, which I'm also going to pull from my mini Zendo palette. Fluorite is just a nice icy shimmer, almost kind of silver. So I'm going to pull this center shade here. Oh, this shade from the Gloom palette was the shade Moss. So this shade is the shade Stripped. And this, to me, was very similar because it's not quite as silver as it looks. So it was giving me the vibes. And that's what matters, is does it give you the vibes? And last but not least, oh no, 2 more shades. My goodness. I next got shade number 20, which is Onyx, which at first I thought was just a regular black, but it's actually a black with silver shimmers. So I'm pulling from my Beauty Bay Dark Fantasy palette, and I'm going to pull the shade right here, Virtual, which is perfect. It is a black with silvery shimmers. So there it is right there. It's a really gorgeous black. I've used it before. To be honest, I prefer it over the matte black. And last but not least, I got the shade number 15, which is Aquamarine. And I'm going to pull that again from my Serenity palette. And I'm going to pull the shade Serenity, because that is Aquamarine. 110%. So there's our color story. The only thing that really, throws me for a loop is the green, because I could pull the reds with the blues. We got a black for a deepening shade, but that green. And also, if it was just greens with blues, totally fine, but we got green with blue with a burgundy. And also I have one true matte and I have a matte with sparkle. A sequin. My brain didn't want to brain the word sequin. So what do I want to do? Well, I think I'm going to set my lid with the green shade because it's the lightest. So let's prime my eyes and get that going at least. I hope you guys are doing well. It is super early in the morning. My sleep schedule is crazy out of whack. Because Ian's on first shift. I told you guys that forever ago. So we've been going to bed early compared to like when he was on second shift, which is fine. I don't mind going to bed early. I can switch my sleep schedules really easy. That's not a problem. The problem is I go to bed with him, which we go to bed between 6 and 9. It depends on the day and how tired we are. You know, normal people things. But regardless of what time I go to bed, I wake up between midnight and 1 a.m. And then I'm up for the rest of the day. And it's been like that for like 2 weeks now. It's been like that since I started my new anxiety med. I just can't sleep more than like 3 hours at a time. I'm gonna bring it up at my appointment. But like, it's the death of me. I'm so tired, but I can't sleep. Hence the coffee. Okay, Gloom. The moss shade. Come here. Get over here. We've been playing a lot of Mortal Kombat. And Scorpion is my favorite. He's not my favorite character. Baraka is my favorite character, if you know anything about Mortal Kombat. But Scorpion is my favorite over Sub-Zero. So, because I like the spinny, I like the chain sword. But I like Baraka, I like Melina, which makes sense because she also has Tarkarat. We have the whole, like, we've bought in all of the expansion packs, so we have Scream, which I suck at playing Scream, but obviously I really like him as a character. I suck at playing all of the DLC download characters, to be honest. I really like Havoc. Playing Havoc is so fun. I like the tankier characters. I like playing Khan. I like playing Havoc. Havoc's amazing. But Baraka's my favorite. But yeah. We've been playing a lot of Mortal Kombat. We started playing Crossy Road again, which is so much fun. It's such a little dumb game, but it's so much fun. It's basically Frogger, but instead of a frog, you're a chicken. Well, and you unlock a whole bunch of characters. So I play as a crow, usually, and then Ian plays as a giraffe, because that's his shtick, is a giraffe. But, yup, I play as a crow. And you unlock hats, and then you unlock animals. And it's just Frogger. But it's 3D. Well, not 3D, but like you're going up instead of across. It's a whole to-do. Crossy Road's pretty great. We play Mortal Kombat on the Xbox because for some reason that's like one of the only games we have that looks better on our Xbox. We play Crossy Road on the PlayStation. So, because I told you guys I've been losing weight, which is amazing. I love that for me. Some non-scale victories. So I'm the same weight as what's on my license for the first time since I got my license. Which I know should not matter, but it's so weird. I think I'm going to try to go into the Alexandrite shade as sequin. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see how this works for me. Okay, it's working better than I thought it was going to. Oh my goodness. It has pigment. Holy crap. But yeah, didn't think that that should matter, which it doesn't, but it's just so interesting that because I've lost a total of 75 pounds now. And yeah, I'm the same weight as my license. Which, please hype it up in the chat for me. I need to go renew my license, and I need to just go do it. It's been expired for almost a year, and if I don't go do it, then I'll have to actually, when I go do it, go take the driver's test for the first time. I had a waiver when I was 17, because I took driver's ed at 17, not 16. But I had a waiver, so when I got my license, I didn't have to drive. I just took my picture and got my license. I don't know if that's something in every state, so you'll have to let me know if the state you live in does that, but in Illinois, they do waivers. If you get an A in the driving portion and an A in the classroom, you can get a waiver, and then they have a randomized, birthday system, and as long as it doesn't fall on your random birthday, you don't have to take the driving test when you're 16, 17. I promise I'm a good driver. I've never had a ticket. And I know that doesn't mean you're a good driver. Now I'm going to go into the black. Oh, black shadows are so scary. Just because they're so pigmented. So I'm going to take just the tiniest bit. And I'm going to start small. Just work this into my outer corner. But another non-scale victory, my feet are smaller. I know when you lose weight all over. If you're losing weight in a proper way. But I just didn't think my feet were gonna lose weight. I've went down almost half a size in shoes. And I was just not anticipating that in the slightest. So now on top of having to get new clothes, I have to get a new pair of shoes. And I just was not ready. And that's the thing. I plan to lose 75 more pounds. So it's just going to be a placeholder clothes and shoes. That's what's so pointless. This look got dark real fast. And not because of the black, that Alexandrite shade. Not Alexandrite. It's the shade Serenity for me. Jesus. And now I'm just going to take those same shades on the lower lash line. Let's see how that blue shade fares on the lower lash line. Totally fine. Apparently it's a great shade. Better than I thought. And then back into the green. And then we'll work with shimmers. But yeah. So I'm doing fantastic. I go in today. Today as I'm filming this way early. There's a hair. For my thyroid ultrasound to double check for nodules. Because in 2023, I had thyroid nodules, but they were deemed not big enough to do anything with due to my insurance. So okay, let me just, when in doubt, take a spoolie to flick away your eyeshadow mess up. Just saying. Well, I never got my 1-year checkup. I forgot and they never called me. NYX Glitter Glue. And I'm now having trouble swallowing, like, my meds and, like, larger chunks of food and things like that. So I brought that up at my endo appointment, and she's like, you never had your follow-up, so we're gonna schedule a thyroid ultrasound. So I have that today. So I'll have to let you guys know how that goes. I'm thinking I'm going to do the burgundy into the blue, and obviously that's going to be on the inner corner. That's what I'm thinking. Burgundy. Ooh, that's so dark. This look is so dark. Into the blue. There we go. Give me a little bit of brightness, please. Just a wee bit. And then inner corner. That's not even that bright. Like it is, but it isn't, you know? Well, that's the look. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I'm gonna finish this look on the other side. I'm doing waterline liner. It's stripped from Lovecraft Beauty. And then I'm gonna pick a lip to go with this, and I will be right back so we can talk about how I feel about the look as a whole once I have it all done. So it'll be just a second for you guys. Alright, so finished look. I put Jeffree Star Gated Community on the lips. I absolutely don't like this eye, but I'm jiving with this one. So, no, that happens sometimes. But I think it turned out nice. Like I said, it turned out darker than I anticipated, but I definitely don't hate it. So, that's what I did. That's how the look turned out. I can't wait to see everybody else's looks. I hope that I did this palette justice with the shades that I chose, with how I did the look. I think that it's pretty, like I said. If the palette wasn't so old, it might be something that I'd be willing to pick up on Mercari, but it is older, so no. Now I'm gonna go ahead and insert the palette for October. Dun, 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 dun. It's another palette I don't have. It is the Kaleidos Flower Punk palette, but I'm very excited for the color story. So, that is the October palette. You have till October 16th to create your look for that. And once I have the pertinent deets for the Throwback Thursday for Caitlin House's collab, I will try to get that up for you guys as well. I'll either put it in a pinned post or comment on this video or what have you. I'll do what I can for that. But that is going to do it for this month's Bingoofshame. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.